Closing in on this final stretch for Election Day, how are you feeling going into this last couple days?
Well, cautiously optimistic, but this is Wisconsin. These races are always close, so we're gonna run through the tape.
Does it feel as if the rhetoric is heating up? I'm here at this stop. I hear a lot more attacks against your opponent. Are things heating up as we get closer?
Well, no. What you're hearing is the truth about my opponent. What you're hearing, the other side are false attacks against me. I mean, it was really quite astonishing to hear President Obama come in here and be so angry and so falsely attack me and my children. I mean, that was pretty low.
We heard you say even today, you said your opponent does not, or you suggested that he doesn't like America, that he doesn't like Wisconsinites.
Well, I mean, so again, I'm telling the truth. He says the founding of America, awful. Or the founding of this nation,
slavery and
awful.
Colonialization.
Yeah, and again, he's saying that Wisconsin has institutionalized racism, and we conceal it. Does that sound like very supportive of Wisconsinites? I'm just saying exactly what Mandela Barnes has said. We're using his own words.
Just generally, separately from this, the attack on Paul Pelosi, I didn't hear a response from that. What was your response to when you heard Nancy Pelosi?
I actually did tweet. It was shocking, and wish him a full and speedy recovery.
Does it speak to anything of the tone and tenor of this, not campaign, but of our politics right now?
Well, I know the left is trying to make something of it, not us. We again hope and pray for a full and speedy recovery.
No, I mean, but generally, I know you'll say if you think if it speaks to a larger problem. Do you see that attack and think it speaks to any sense of our politics?
Again, what I'm seeing is anger coming out of the left. Our side, we're very concerned about what's happening in this country, and I think we have legitimate concerns. But the anger, let's take a look at the summer of 2020. 8,000 protests, 570 turned into riots. 2,000 law enforcement officials were injured. A couple dozen people lost their lives, including 2 in Kenosha, Wisconsin. $1 to $2 billion worth of property damage. But that all seems to be swept under the rug. I mean, to me, that was far more significant than one attack that we all condemned. Nobody supported what happened January 6th. That was horrible. I immediately, forcefully, and repeatedly have condemned what happened on January 6th, but I also condemned the violence that occurred in 570 riots during the summer. So, where's most of the anger coming from? It's not our side. We have to be honest about that. The media should be honest about that, but they're not.
Sorry, let me get this last question. Just his response has been that you tried to overturn the election. That's what he's been saying.
He's simply wrong.
Right. So my question is, in terms of he's referencing the fake electors that plot. Can you just be clear on that? You said you weren't involved in any scheme.
I wasn't involved.
Electors, so
I didn't vote to disallow any of President Biden's electors. As soon as the Electoral College voted, I acknowledged President Biden as the president-elect. Again, I don't know how many times you can say that.
No, right.
The problem with my opponent, the problem, unfortunately, with too many on the Democrat side, is they're pretty detached from the truth, and they seem to lie with ease. I mean, falsehoods just seem to roll off their tongue.
So that's
it's very difficult that on the other side, their response are always lies. Okay?
Right. No, I just wanted to give you the chance to counter what he's saying on the campaign trail.
He's lying, as he always does. Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
All right,
thank you.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.